Everyone thought that 2020 will start the new decade being one of the greatest year of our lives. We sure did jinx ourselves, for no one knew this was coming. We are living in a pandemic. Coronavirus has prevented us from going to school, and now we are isolated in our homes. To the future generation that has no idea what coronavirus is, it is an airborne disease that can be transmitted from person to person just by sneezing or coughing. Symptoms including fever, difficulty breathing, and in severe cases, led to death. The elderly and people with a weaker immune system were more vulnerable, but that did not mean younger people couldn't get it too. It all started when 2 days before the March break, all schools announced that it would be extended 2 weeks, meaning we literally had the whole March off. The first 2 weeks was awesome, but after that the vibe just went downhill and we've been having extensions from then on. So, work was given to me through Google Classroom and I had video calls with my teachers. Since I was not in a school environment, homework was so much easier to procrastinate, and I was often distracted by my siblings. Come in!
Now, do you want to see what's happening in college? I think it.
No! I'm busy.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, are you sure?
Yes, please, go away. Bye-bye.
Okay, fine. I'm leaving.
And those tempting YouTube videos. I'm so tired. I really don't want to, but it looks so tempting. Because there was no routine to follow and my sleeping schedule was messed up. I'm in the comfort of my own home, except wanting to stay home was one thing, but being forced to stay home was another thing. All non-essential stores were closed, which meant I couldn't go out and shop with my friends. People just shopped online for the fear of the virus, but thanks to how many times the deceiving mannequins on the online stores let me down, I had no choice but to go to the actual store. Washing your hands is a must, so things like Lysol wipes and hand sanitizer sold out and got really expensive, like $40 per bottle expensive. I still don't get why for some odd reason toilet paper ran out, but when these crucial items were restocked, they started putting limits on how much you can buy and put marks on the floor to enforce social distancing of 6 feet. Some people went the extra mile and wore masks and gloves while shopping. Back to the house. There was nothing fun to watch on TV anymore because old episodes were often repeating themselves since no new ones would be filmed at the time. And the news was getting to me. Coronavirus here, coronavirus there, it was everywhere. Movies was my next best option, and I sure did play an awful lot of video games. I also did gain some extra pounds. Because we couldn't go out anywhere else, this forced a lot of us to get out into nature. Those empty plots were all of a sudden full of people who were desperate to get out of the house, for they could not take home life any longer. The play structures were even off limits, so all I could really do was go for a walk and take pictures. But when I'm not in the park, I go for driving lessons. I may not be 16 just yet, but I'm learning towards that G1 license, so when my birthday comes, I can actually hit the road. It is very scary because no one knows what is going to happen next or for how long we will be stuck in the house. I'm also worried about school and whether or not we have covered what we were supposed to for the semester. Although we are in quarantine and there's so much going on, it is challenging. But I personally have homeschooled before, so I find it easier to finish my work because I spend 3 to 4 hours compared to 8 hours a day when I used to homeschool. And I finally get the time to do the things that I never get the chance to, like driving and spending more time with my family.